Hey, what's up everybody? Nivek here. Today we're gonna learn about a simple calculator. Alright, before we start, I need to tell you, I'm not an expert programmer. What I'm doing here to tell you is you need to teach someone or practice. What I'm doing here is teach you about what I learned about doing calculator. Alright? So, all the time when you're gonna try to learn something in the programmation, you need to practice. You cannot just see videos like I'm doing here. You need to see this video and practice. You can do it the while I'm doing here. You can digit, you can practice. You need to do some stuff. You cannot just see video and that's it. You need to practice. You need to digit. You need to code. All right. So let's go. I'm gonna explain all the stuffs here about the basic stuffs I already learned. All right. So let's go. First thing in this comment here, def. This def here is to define something. Alright, so this comment here, it's from Python. It's not a variable. Alright, so all the time when you use this def, the Python gonna understand you are using the command named def for define something. So the user, all the time when the user use this command here, calculator and parentheses, the program calculator gonna start. Alright, so in here we have a blocks here. Alright, the first block of everything is this one. If you check here, nothing, just this one. The blocks and syntax is like a priority. This one is the first, second, third, and fourth. Alright, so this one here is the second priority. So after the program understand that, they're gonna start this one. So let's go. While true, this command here is to loop something. So you're gonna loop this stuff here, and the true, this T need to be caps, okay? You cannot digit like this. You need to use T like this one. All the time when you digit while true, the Python gonna understand the program need to looping. After the user like a choice something and get the result that the user wanted, we're gonna start again from this part here. Because the Python gonna start from here until here, until the end. And while true, make this loop gonna end and gonna start again here. Alright? After that, I use something like a print. Alright, the print is to show message for a user. Like if I use print here, I'm gonna show this message to the user. Alright, so simple calculator, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and exit. Alright, so you need to use parentheses, inverted comma here, 1. Okay, all this stuff here is all gonna show. I'm gonna show this message to user. Alright, so here you notice here the 5 is exit. So why I decided to use exit? Because it's more clean, I think. So in here we have choice equal input. Here is variable. Variable is the stuff you're gonna create. You're gonna create some comment. Alright? So all the time when I want to like organize something, you're gonna use variable. It's to organize the data you're gonna get or something you wanna organize. Alright? So the variable, you need to choose the name of the variable. I can use like here, I can use option if I want it, not choice. Right? I need to use a space equal space input. This is a command of Python. So input is already, the Python know that. Input is to show some message, but the user gonna answer that with something. And if this something, okay, it's right for your program, the program gonna work, alright? So I wrote here 1 until 5. So I need to get a data inside of this area here, inside of 1 and 5. Alright, so after I use this show here, the user gonna digit something, gonna answer something, and here I'm using if. If is a command of Python, so Python gonna know if the user answer the choice using 5, I'm gonna show this message to user because the print is to show message. Alright, exiting the calculator, goodbye. Alright, and here break is part of this command here. Alright, while true is looping, but if user decide to select this option here, the 5, the break gonna break the loop. So don't gonna happen again. Don't gonna start again. We're gonna break and we're gonna exit from the program. Alright? If I wanna start again, I need to use this command again, calculator. Alright? And after that, we have a try. Try is to prevent something you think the user can like misdigit something or do something you don't expect the user gonna do. Like in this case here, we have 1 until 5, but the user can like use something like an A or type 8 or 10. just for fun. I don't know. So if you expect something the user can do, exception, you're gonna use try. Okay, I think all the programs gonna use try because I think the user can use something wrong. So here try is to prevent, and we already set. Okay, we already set this try here, and we're gonna keep going with our code. Number one equal, okay, space equal is a variable here. Okay, you can choose the name of this one. Equal float is when you want to convert something to decimal number. All right, I'm gonna explain that. Wait a minute. Input, you remember, is to show some message and get some data from a user. So I'm gonna show this message here, enter the first number, and the user gonna say, I want a 10 or 100, whatever. I'm gonna take this data here, okay? The user already answered that, like for example 10. I'm gonna take the 10 and transform in the decimal number, cause the Python cannot understand that what the user answered here is a number. The Python think this is a string, all right? The string is it's hard to explain that, but if you just digit 10 here, for you is a number, but Python think this is a text, and the Python cannot do calculations like this one. I cannot use this formula here for text, all right? So you need to convert this string here and this data here to number, float number, all right? And the second number, except value, is from this one here. Except value error is when the program going to wrong way. So if the user types something wrong, it's a value error, okay, all right? Because don't have option here. It's 1 until 5, right? 1 until 5. So all the time when the print here, 1 until 5 here, this is the choices. If the user types something like 6, 7, 8, I'm gonna show this message. Print. Invalid input, please enter the valid number. Okay? And the continue is to keep going. Alright? Because if you don't type this comment here, this comment is from Python, so Python already know about this comment here, it's not a variable. In this case here, the program probably gonna crash. So continue is to keep going. Okay? The user can use something invalid number here, but you're gonna keep going. If is the condition, if the user choose the variable 1, we're gonna do this formula here, alright? The print parenthesis f. This f here is to run the formulas inside the brackets here, alright? If you don't use f here, what gonna happen here is the message gonna show in this way literally. You don't wanna show the form, you don't wanna show the result inside here. So f is to this thing works well, alright? If you don't have f here, what gonna show is the result of bracket number 1 bracket. Okay, I'm gonna show this stuff here literally. F gonna use like for example, if the user first choice of number is 10 and 5, here I'm gonna show 10 and 5 instead of brackets number 1 brackets. Okay, that's it. And here elif is just another if. It's just another if. If you want to use like a multiple ifs, you need to use elif in second, third, fourth, and fifth, and 5, and whatever. Alright, if you just want to use one, it's just one if, and the second, third, and whatever is all the stuff is elif. Alright, so let's go. So elif choice 2, you're gonna use minus. Alright, if 3, you're gonna multiply. The multiply is asterisk. Alright, and the 4 is divisor. You can check here, but divisor and the math rules, you cannot use the denominator 0. You cannot divide something with using the 0. So we're gonna print here. Inside the elif, you have another block here. Understand? Another block, you need to use a tab or spaces to create another block here using the if inside the if. Because if this if runs, we have another condition here. This condition is if the user choose something, choose something like a number 2 equal 0. Okay, if the user choose something number 2 like a 0, we're gonna show this print error. Dividing by 0 is not allowed. All right, and else gonna work correctly. And this else here we have else, but this is not the same block. This block is from this block here, all right, and this one is from this one here, all right. This else is from this if, all right. In that way, you're gonna create a simple calculator, all right. You're gonna save in this Notepad++. You're gonna execute this shit, all right. The code for execute in Python, you need to use this one here. Python space -i, inverted comma, dollar symbol here. Parenthesis full caps lock here, initial caps lock, underscore, current, underscore, path, parenthesis, and inverted comma. That's it. And now we're gonna run this shit. Alright, here you can check. You remember what we need to do to run the calculator is just calculator parentheses. Okay, now here we have calculator. Alright? Here we can check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can test the 5. I'm gonna exit. Okay, I exited the calculator. Goodbye. Now we need to use again because we already exit. Okay, we're back to calculator. Let's test 1. First number is addition, so 5 and 3. Here, the result of 5 plus 3 is 8. So second, subtraction, 10 and 5. Okay, the result is 5, so 3 multiply 10 and 11. 110, that's it, division. First number is 5. Let's check if the value here are gonna occurs here, 0. Like we say, well, like we program it, error divided by 0 is not allowed. That's it, baby. So 4, let's go divide again. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Alright, if we choose something, like anything else, 1 until 5, we're gonna happen like a 9. And 1 and 2. Invalid choice, please select a valid option. Alright? If we like select 3, but we use A and it's already, we cannot already use that. Invalid input. In this case here, in this I already selected A. The program here is using this code here. Alright? Because you need to use a number. Because it's a float, alright? Why this happen? Because we use a float. We need to use a number. If don't have like a float here, like this one here, the program gonna like a bug because it's not gonna work. Because it's calculation, but the program cannot understand how I'm gonna plus 8 and 5, whatever. Alright? So that's it, babies. So you can practice. I'm telling you, you need to practice. You need to do this stuff and write all the stuff here. Alright? So I think it's gonna be good if you practice. See this video and check another ways to create a calculator. See you again, and that's it.